Welcome back in, everyone. Today we have a truly inspiring story to share with you. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a time when we honor the strength of those affected by this disease. Joining us today is Ms. Vickie Willaims, a remarkable survivor whose journey through breast cancer not only has transformed her life, but her resilience and courage. It reminds us of the importance of hope, support, and community. Good morning, Ms. Vickie. Thank you for coming on this morning. We greatly appreciate it.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, Ms. Vickie, can you talk a little bit about your diagnosis and sort of what you went through when you found out you actually had cancer?
Okay. As you know, my name is Vickie Willaims. I'm 68 years old, and I went through breast cancer, stage 1 breast cancer. And the day that I was told that I had breast cancer, it was kind of like a shock, and then it was an eye-opener for me. So I said, oh my God, what do I do from here? So let that be said. I said, well, I got to go home. I talked to my family, and we decided, okay, we got to do something about it. Then I reached out to my doctor, and I went and I had the test, and they did confirm that it was stage 1 breast cancer. And the doctor said, you really need to do the chemo and radiation. And then I just kind of like sunk, you know, chemo is really a hard thing to do. But I said, you know what? I got this. I can do this, you know. So we did. We went through the chemo, the radiation treatment, and through it all, I had a support group with my family, my husband and my daughters and grandkids, and I did, and you know, through Jesus Christ, I beat this thing. I was determined that I'm going to beat this, and I can do something else, and this would inspire other women to, you know, that this is not a death sentence, you know. You can do this, you know, through, you know, prayer and faith, you know, and asking for help, getting support group if that's what you need, you can do it. And I did it.
Yes, ma'am. You love to hear it. Now, Ms. Vickie, how long have you been cancer-free?
6 years.
6 years.
And,
wow, you love to hear that.
Yeah, and just last Wednesday I got my test results back. I'm cancer-free. 6 years, so God is good. God is good.
Yes, ma'am. And how they say all the time He is.
Yes, good. He is. Yeah, He never missed a beat with me, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Just got up every morning and prayed and, you know, ate good, you know, and tried to exercise a little bit, and you know, and just was inspired by the renewing of my body. It's like when I went through breast cancer, it's like God gave me a whole new look on life, you know. And I said, I need to do something with this, and I know what it is. It's to be inspiration to other women that's going through the journey, and just be there for them if they need me.
Yes, ma'am. You love to hear it. You love to hear that right there. Now, you were sort of talking about that moment where you felt like you were coming and you felt like you just had to do something to spread that message. Can you talk a little bit about that moment, or is there any other moment that stood out during this process for you?
Well, all my life, I've been a person that wanted to be an inspiration to other women, you know. We go through a lot, you know, and I said if I could take this cancer and really inspire other women that, you know, you can do this no matter what it looked like, you know, losing the hair, you know, being sick, you know, you can do it, you know, and I want to be a light that, you know, oh my God, if she can do it, I can do it too, you know, no matter what it looked like, no matter what you look like, you know, you can do this,
yes,
you know,
ma'am.
And I want to give back, you know, and I'm constantly looking for other women that I can help. If I can carry them to the doctor, I can, you know, do anything for them, just be there, just to be an ear to hear. That's what I want to do. I just want to give back.
Yes, ma'am. You love to hear that right there. You really do. Now, how did you sort of talked about it a little bit, but how did your experience with dealing with breast cancer sort of change your outlook on health and life?
Okay, when I was diagnosed with it, I was, at the beginning I was kind of disappointed. I was angry. I was kind of like depressed, you know, and I thought, you know, this is something that this is not a part of breast cancer. You gotta beat it, you gotta love it, you gotta talk to it, you gotta fight it, you know. And so I just put in my mind, you know, this is not the way it's gonna be. I'm gonna shine through this.
Yes, ma'am. And speaking of shining, I'm a person that has family members affected with breast cancer too, and I can know from a family support side, like you have your daughter right now as your support system right now with you in this interview. Can you talk a little bit about how your support system helped you along through that process?
Oh yeah, when I was diagnosed with cancer and I told my family, I mean, they jumped right on board with me. They were there to, you know, get food that might would help, because you can't eat, you lose your appetite. They was there for me to just cry on the shoulder, whatever I needed. My family was a support group. They did not let me just sit there and suffer and have a pity party, you know. They just inspired me, Mama, you can do this, you know. What do you need? We'll do it. We'll get it, you know.
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. I love to hear it. Two more questions for you, Ms. Vickie, and I'm going to get out of your hair. What message would you like to share to other women or men out there facing similar diagnosis?
I would like to tell them to pay attention to your body. Don't never take for granted that this won't happen to me, you know, and take care of yourself, eat well, you know, and just stay, you know, stay focused on what your body's going through. If you feel like something's not right, go, you know, get it checked out.
Yes, ma'am. Last one, we got to end on a great note. Ms. Vickie, what are your hopes and visions for the future that people can deal with in terms of breast cancer awareness?
My hope is, and my prayer is, that one day they will find a cure for breast cancer, and that the women that's going through breast cancer, that know that there's somebody out there that care and that's there for them, and don't never feel like you're alone. You know, God got this, and you know, just reach out to people, you know, and ask for help.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Vickie, I want to thank you, and I want to thank you on behalf of everyone on the KTVE and Fox 14 news crew. Your time is greatly appreciated, and congratulations on being 6 years cancer-free, and that recent diagnosis you got there, ensuring that health. You love to hear it.
Okay. And thank you all for having me. And my motto is that when I had breast cancer, I told my grandson, he's not here with me, that I had breast cancer. And you know what he did? He looked me right in my eye and he told me, he said, Mama, you're already healed.
Yes, ma'am. You love to hear it right there. Nothing like that family touch.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.